In the mixers section of your local grocery store, you can usually find simple syrup. The problem is, it's always a waste of money to buy pre-made simple syrup because it is, as the name would suggest, very simple. I made this mistake when I was first starting out. I thought, I don't want to put a saucepan on heat. That's not what I signed up for, but really it's 5 minutes. Here's what you'll need. You'll need equal measures sugar and water, a saucepan and a stove, and a bottle to put it in. That's it. I like to use Demerara sugar because it's richer and deeper, and it adds a subtle molasses note to drinks, but it's not always easy to find. Plain white sugar works great. If you use white sugar, your syrup will be clear. First, add your water and turn up the heat so that it simmers. You don't want to boil the water because you don't want it to boil away. Then, start to add the sugar. I like to add the same amount of sugar as water, and that's called 1-to-1 simple syrup. But some people like to add twice the sugar for a thicker 2-to-1 syrup. Stir until there's no solid sugar left, then turn off the heat and set it aside to cool. Once it's no longer hot, carefully pour it in the bottle and stick it in the fridge. There, it'll keep indefinitely. Last week's question of the day was the most surprising thing you have found or couldn't find in a liquor store. Savant had to go to 3 different stores to find Gosling's Black Seal. Now, that's a long way to go for a dark and stormy. DPF78 found a bottle of creme de violette in a little mom and pop shop that had almost nothing else of interest. That actually reminds me there's a store nearby where I live where, if you look at the outside, you would expect them to have nothing challenging. But when you walk in, they've got 300 single malts, they've got more rum than you could shake a stick at, they've got obscure liqueurs, they've got not only creme de violette, but creme de yvette, they've got aquavit, they've got everything. I love finding those diamonds in the rough, and that was one of them. I flipped a coin and Savant won this week's journal. This week's question, I always tell people when they try to buy margarita mix that the best margaritas come in 2 bottles and a lime. What's the silliest or dumbest pre-made mixture that they try to sell? Leave your answer in the comments and you can win a free tasting journal. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, don't forget to share with your friends, comment, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. It'd be really sweet of you. Alright, I'll show myself out. See you next week.